Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is, baby. Time for another episode of Therapy, honey, with your girl, Phoenix Straight Stone. Come on in the room, sugar. It's a dark liquor situation today, baby. Yes. I like this. I like that little beat. Yeah, that's real cute. This song will make me feel a little bit better today. Things happen this week, honey. I was like, girl, what the hell? So I thought I'm gonna put this on and see if it'll look like what I wanted it to look like, honey. So let's go ahead and face that on out, baby. All right, like I said, welcome to another episode of Therapy, honey, with your girl, Phoenix Straight Stone. Things have been like all over the place this morning. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I hope everybody had a wonderful week. And as we know, this is the weekend. It's gonna be very nice outside today with a little bit of rain. But you know, the girls go outside and make it happen anyway. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Per usual, I don't know who that is. Okay, wait a minute. Go down. So it wasn't working out for me this morning. That's fine. So I'm just gonna have to read it from here. I can read it from here. Okay, that's fine. All right. So as I was saying, it's been a trying morning trying to get this together. I'm just looking at the ceiling like it's what is that? A nail, girl? Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, so like I said, it was just been a trying morning. I should probably start doing this on Fridays, getting together and worked up so I can do what I need to do when I get in front of the camera, you know. Okay, so anyway, this week some things didn't work out. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Dark liquor situation. This is a little Jack Daniels and Coke, honey. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, baby, with birthdays, as we do every week. This episode, I want to say this is episode 5 of season 9. Thank you again for taking this ride with me. So let's go ahead and get into birthday. So we want to say happy birthday to, who was that? That's from X. Okay, never mind. Watch that a little later on. Let's get into it. So, we want to say happy birthday to, it's so small. I have to blow it up like this. Tyler, the Creator, wants to happy birthday to comedian D.L. Hughley. Wants to happy birthday to comedian Marsha Warfield. Happy birthday to comedian Wanda Sykes. We want to say happy heavenly birthday to Tina Marie. Happy heavenly birthday to Mary Wilson. Sorry, all these M's, honey. We want to say happy birthday to Alexis Fields, sister of Kim Fields. We want to say happy birthday to Kay Michelle, and we want to say happy heavenly birthday to Bishop Marvin Sapp. I'm sorry, not heavenly birthday, Lord, why would I say that? Happy heavenly birthday to Bobby Christina, and then it's supposed to be happy birthday to Marvin Sapp up under her. Because I was just running through. Okay. Happy heavenly birthday to Bobby DeBarge. And happy birthday to Shaquille O'Neal. And I think that was all I had for birthdays. It is all I had for birthdays. Oh yeah, that's it. Because I'm doing it from my, wait a minute, let me switch that over to that. I guess I interlude with a story as I'm doing this. Which story do I want to tell? Okay, so let me talk about what didn't work out for me this week. So this week I got a text message. I feel like when you text people or you're doing an event, when you're doing an event, you should always keep your people or your entertainment plugged in with you of what's going on. And so this week I just happened to have an experience where someone didn't, oh, here it goes right here. Okay, well I can blow it up and see it even prettier. You just keep your entertainment or your whatever your guest or your whatever involved in what's going on. So during the process, everyone knows next week I was supposed to be going to Detroit, Michigan. Okay, I've gotten my car fixed. I've gotten my headlight redone. So I had to do anyway. But I got my headlight redone. I packed my bag. I put hair together. I put outfits together. And all of a sudden, I talked to the person. I said, well, hey. I said, well, I just want to know. It's a Sunday. I said, I just want to know what time does the event start? Because in my mind, I'm gathering everything I need to do. Oh, well, I'll talk to you about that later because I have something else going on right now, and I'll just text you later. I said, okay, cool. All the time I'm still getting ready. I'm still getting ready, and my son was coming with me because this is our favorite trip. We like to take to Detroit to go hang out with the kids and lollygag and just get away from Chicago for a little bit. Hey, Derek. And okay, and so anyway, so I'm getting it together. So Monday morning I'm at work, and I just happen to see this person on Facebook. I didn't say nothing because I didn't say nothing. So about mid afternoon, they text me, "Hey, how you doing? I just want you to know, due to a money situation, I decided to move my birthday party." And won't be doing it at the event space. I was doing that, but I'm just having a little small gathering at my house. Okay, well that's cute, but girl, you should have been told me about that. So while I was making all these plans and putting money to the side and stuff, and getting it together. Okay, well that's fine. So I just released my money from one account and put it into another one and said, well, girl, this is a cute little spending change for the week then. Okay, let's go ahead and make it do what it do. So things work out. Things are funny, work out funny. And I really, to be honest, didn't feel comfortable going out of town because I really don't feel comfortable going out of town right now. We have a war brewing and we don't know, what's going on, if they may strike the U.S. Or may not strike the U.S. or what's going on with that. So I kind of feel safe being a little bit in Chicago. Even though I am going out of town next. Okay, that's definitely. I'm on Total Wireless, honey, and she asks for food when she wants to. Okay, so yeah, I'm going out of town next month to Ohio. That's another trip I take, and I'm debating Atlanta. I'm debating Atlanta real hard because I really do want to go to Atlanta for Pride this year, and I may go ahead and tip the scales and go on down there, depending on how I feel. But I'll probably be taking the bus and not the plane because I don't feel safe in the sky. Okay, so with that said, now moving on to this 2 stories. So that's one story down, and there's another story to go. And that story gets really wickedy because I'm kind of thankful it happened, and then I'm kind of like, girl, a fool. So wait a minute, let me pull this back up. Okay. There we go. All the birthdays. Okay, she's cheap. Okay, so anyway, okay, so we do want to talk about yesterday was. Hey, okay, there you go. I love you too, Derek. Okay, so anyway, so yesterday they had I was wearing this head to Detroit, so that's why I put it on today because I wanted to feel, my zhuzh, and was like, girl, would it have worked out in this outfit? Is what I was wearing also. So like, girl, let's put it on and let's see what it looks like. Okay. Anyway, so that's the win. Okay. So yesterday they had Jesse Jackson's funeral here in Chicago at House of Hope, which was beautiful. 5 hours. I got to see a little bit of it, like whatever they was putting on Facebook at the time. When you talk about celebrities who came through and shut down Chicago, Tyler Perry, President Obama, President Joe Biden, President Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton, Secretary Hillary Clinton also came through. Mr. T, Jennifer Hudson, Leandra Johnson, Walt Whitman, Hezekiah Walker. Who else did I see? Hezekiah Walker, Phaedra from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I wish I would have went to go see Phaedra. Phaedra from the Housewives of Atlanta and countless many others shut down House of Hope yesterday for Jesse Jackson. It was a lovely service. for the life that he's lived. And so we absolutely, absolutely still want to keep the Jackson family in our prayers because today is the last service that's going on right now at the Push headquarters. And that's supposed to be a private gathering just for the family and for like members of the community and like the dignitaries will be there. So that's the big should-do. And then tonight will be his burial. They haven't released where it will be at, but tonight will be the burial. And I know, honey, no shade, when he gets ready to when they put him in the wall, honey, he'll be glad because it's been a long journey, baby. Okay, yeah. So Jennifer Hudson teased that she's taking Common out on tour with her when she gets ready to go on tour this year. So she said she'll be taking Common out on tour with her. That's cute. It's a cute little coupling to for them to be together or whatever for that. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some more. Okay, so let's talk about Will Smith. So Will Smith, we know the violinist has dragged him into court for charges of sexual assault and harassment. And Will Smith went before a judge and asked that the judge would wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Okay, here you go. Asked that the judge dismiss the case altogether. And maybe he will and maybe he won't, because when you're a celebrity, it has a little bit of pull. So it may get dismissed. Let me see what else. The sexual assault. Okay, let's talk about the DL Whisperer. So the DL Whisperer has been issued a 12-month order of protection for harassment against T.S. Madison. And that's crazy. So I've seen a report with her. She was saying that, this ain't the first time that something like this has happened to her. And that she's used to it because it was somebody else who has done this to her before. That the more they keep on doing this, the more she just gonna continue to fly high and do what she got to do in the industry. And if she got to put harassment out on somebody or go to court for them or whatever, she got to do what she got to do to keep on moving. Okay, that's that. And then Britney Spears this week, poor Britney. Britney was charged with a DUI in California. That's so sad. I really feel for Britney Spears. Okay, let's go ahead. So she was locked up for a DUI. Drinking intoxicated while driving or whatever. So that's what she got this week. This is 2 parts of a story, and I just want to be together when I tell it. Okay, here we go. So, so the New England Patriots got rid of Stephon Diggs. They released him out of his contract this week, and they said, it's been nice hanging with you, but we have to let you go, baby. So they let him go on this week. And then his mother was in an interview this week, and she was saying that she'll be glad when Cardi B takes her baby back, takes her son back. And I said, well, wait a minute, because that's my jacked. Because I said, now wait a minute, because last week he was just in the news saying you was reported saying that they break up was a good thing, and that he needed to focus on his career and not be chasing behind some woman or have some woman chasing behind him and be all in the news because of bad publicity. But now you want her to take him back because he's going to need her to balance his career out, and at least keep him relevant so that somebody else will pick him up or whatever. So let's keep fading in and out like that. So that's that on that. Oh yeah, and the Miss Drama Tour has been doing lovely for what I've been watching. All the clips and videos that I've been watching has been going excellent. He was at the service on yesterday, so his lawyer is when it comes to his sexual abuse case. Okay, I'm done. I'm actually done. Almost done. Okay, so anyway, so Tyler Perry. Okay, so the lawyer calls for Mario Rodriguez $77 million lawsuit, a money grab and a money scam and a money grab. So they was like, we're basically, not saying that it didn't happen, but now he's just trying to get money for it or whatever is going on or whatever happened between them. I don't know the details of it. So I know that's a gray area. So I want to stay out of that because I ain't got time to nobody coming over here bucking with the queen and what she got going on. Because I ain't got no money to pay nobody. I'm on Section 8. And, a little money I do have, I need for my whatever I do in life. Okay, anyway. So, I'm almost done. That's the can. So this is the Jack Daniels can that I was using today. So it will be brought to you by Jack Daniels. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. I don't need the tablet for the rest of it. Okay, so anyway, so this week, I want to say her name is Sonya. It is Sonya Norwood, which is Ray J's mother.
Hello, Moto.
Fine girls. I don't know why people be calling when they know I'm on the air. Okay, anyway. So Sonya Norwood came forth to talk about her son's condition because she said a lot of people has been speculating that he's doing this for attention or for whatever. And she said, and that is just not true. So she told the story of what happened when she found out or was told about his condition. That she said she was sitting at home and somebody had called and told her that he was in the hospital. Then he called and he said, Mom, I'm in the hospital. I think it's just a pneumonia that's flared back up or whatever. They probably going to just give me some more shots or something, some new medication and send me home. And she said, okay, cool. I don't need to fly out for that. And then she said she called him back a little bit later and she was like, he didn't pick up the phone. At this time, because your mother, she got worried. And so she said she started chartering her, figuring out a flight or a drive plan to Las Vegas where he was, which is like 20, I think she said like an hour from her, 45 minutes by plane and like a 2-hour drive or something like that. 45-minute drive, something like that. Okay, anyway, so she was saying that she couldn't get in contact with him the second time. She said, so I called him the third time, and she didn't get in contact with him. She said she rushed to be by his side at the hospital. And when she got to the hospital, they explained to her that his heart was working at 15 to 20%. The blood pumpage was 15 to 20%. And she said that really worried her. She said, so she was, just like, nobody in our family has ever had this. And I wouldn't think that my son would have to have this or anybody in our family would ever have to go through a heart condition. But, when it comes to things like that, you just never know. So she was saying, that if people thought that he was joking or thought that he was kidding, he's not, and that it's not a hoax, that it's absolutely the truth. And to continue, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And if anything, just pray for him, which is what I always advise on this show, that, we just keep him in our prayers because of, we never know. What may happen to us or what may happen in our family where we may need somebody to believe us and what's going on. I'm glad that he did share that with us because I think he just wanted to keep us in the loop just in case anything should happen. So we'll know, so we won't be scrambling like, girl, he didn't say nothing. Then, if someone was to happen like, he didn't say nothing. Then it's always that backlash. So, but he is keeping us in the loop and he is saying something. And I think we should respect him and his family at this time, whatever they're going through. That's that. Oh, yeah, no, I want to talk about him because he was on an interview this week, too. And he was talking about President Trump, and he was saying that he's I didn't write it down, but he was saying that he's a showman. He said he's a showman and a great actor. And he said that he feels that, if we don't stop him, he won't be stopped. He said because this is not we don't need a king, we need a president, and we don't need a dictator. We need a leader. And that's the difference between what he's trying to build and what he's trying to be. Also, y'all know we in war. We're in a war right now. Iran, I'm trying to say it right. Iran, Israel, and America. China seems to be butting their nose in, and Russia is like, girl, maybe us too. So we don't know, what's going on. All I can do now is just stay prayed up. And whatever we do. All right, that's all for my topics and subjects and things for today. Now I'm going to move into what I'm talking about. That right on about my head. Okay, so I am because I am because I'm trying to figure out if I want to talk about what I want to talk about for this week or if I wanted to talk about something that happened on this week. I'm gonna talk about something that happened on this week. So yesterday I was sitting at work and I received a phone call from one of my many exes that I have. And he called me, we talk from time to time, he called me and we'll talk whatever. And he texted me, he called me yesterday. Boom. I said, girl, I'm at work. He said, okay, well, cool. He said, listen, I'm going to the park to hang out. You want to come to the park and hang out? Sure. Let's go. So I said, well, I got my canister and my cooler in the car, so I come up and we can hang out. So I went up to go hang out with him, and he's there, and it starts raining. First we was talking. He was in his car, I'm in my car, and we talking between the divvy. And he say, he looked over and it started raining. I said, oh, baby, I'm not going to get my car wet up trying to talk to you. Either you come over here or I come over there. He said, you come over here. I'll come over there to your car. Came over to my car. We sitting there talking and we talking. We having a good time. Just laughing. He was like, you know what? He's like, well, what you doing? I said, I'm probably going, what I usually do on Friday nights, which is like go to church or something. He was like, well, you want to go back to your house and kick for a little bit? Sure, let's do that. So we on our way back to the house, and he said, well, I'll follow you. And we're driving down Stony. It's raining. I really can't see him with the windshields. A car that looks like my car gets behind me. And I called him. I said, listen, girl, I said, it's a car behind me that's not my car, but that's another car that looks like mine. He said, okay, cool, I got you. I'm following. And we turn down a certain street on Stony. 83rd, so I can tell it because I don't even know how to get to my house. Anyway, it's turned down 83rd, and we going down 83rd in Stony. So we're going down 83rd Street. And we get halfway to my house. It's 4 streets before my house. And I'm looking at him in the back of me, and then he swoops over to the side and kind of like turns off. And I said, okay, girl, but that was weird. So, I said, okay, well, that was weird. And so I got to my house. I called my son. And I explained to him what happened. He said, girl, that's really weird. He said, well, girl, if he didn't want to come back to the house or he didn't want to hang out with you for the day, he should just said that from Jump Street. Don't lead me on him as, whatever. Yeah, what's that, girl? He left me with all this alcohol. And I don't understand. He left me like a swig of tequila, which I don't really drink tequila. Swig of tequila, and he left me a few beers. And he's like, well, all this you take to the house. We get to the house, we'll pull it out, we'll just whatever, go upstairs. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, girl, why would he do all of that? Now, mind you, like I said, he is an ex. And I have a real big problem of letting people who have done me wrong, I will say this, because I can say this, who have done me wrong in my past, come back in and re-inflict trauma or redo things to me, because I think that people can change. When people have shown me through the years that no, you cannot change. The same monkey you was back then, the same monkey you are now, just a little older. You're an older monkey. So, you're an older monkey. You're bigger zebras. Zebras don't change their stripes. They just grow bigger and thicker. So, I just have to let myself not be acceptable to certain things, to certain people. So I ain't say nothing. I came upstairs. And I'm laying down, and I'm cold. And I'm like, girl, why am I so cold? It's really nice outside. By this time it stopped raining. It was really nice outside. I said, girl, it's really nice outside. Why am I so cold? And I looked at my windows, and all my windows was up. And I said, oh, girl, you did something this morning. And what I did kind of like helped me to like ward off like the bad juju in my house. And so I said, well, girl, that's what it was. He couldn't, it's not that he couldn't come up because, girl, you had, set the trap. To ward off things. You had cleansed your house, girl, and you going to let the same negative energy back in your house that you just put out. Stop doing that. Stop going, when people believe, I always say this, when people show you who they are, believe them. When people have done you wrong once, they will do it again. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you want to be with them, no matter how much you want to show them that you're the one, you're Mr. Right, you're Mrs. Right, whatever, whatever. Okay, cool. I hear you, baby. You Mr. Right, you Mrs. Right. Well, hopefully he watching the thing, and if he not, I know you coming back. You don't know why. You Mr. Right, you Mrs. Right, whatever. And you've done your best striving and showing them, trying to show them that you're the one and that you have nothing but their best interest in heart. Sometimes you just have to learn how to let people go and let them live, and whatever they chasing, they'll find it. And whatever is meant for you will come back here. Will come not back because they always come back. As me and my friend always say, they always come back. Will come to you. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to hold your neck out and say, "B.A.B. Yeah, I am. I'm right here. Come see me. Come hug me. Come love me. Come this me. Come that me." Because if you're supposed to be there, you're gonna be there. And if you were supposed to be there, you never would have walked away because maybe I could have, helped you. And sometimes people do come back with good intention. Sometimes people don't come back with good intention. Most of the time, they don't come back with good intention. So you just have to learn the difference in between and just be like, okay, and learn how to accept that you can't change nobody. You can't fix everybody. Everybody that's in your life, that don't mean that they're here to stay forever. Sometimes they just passing by the night to teach you a lesson and to grow you up a little bit and help you, do what you need to do in life and to be a better person. Okay, now with that said, let's go ahead and run this down for this week, what I want to talk about. So last week, this is another story. So last week, I had somebody to come over, and me and him have on and off for many years talking. He loves me, spagoogles, and I'd be like, "Girl, I'm just not really into you like that." He's a bigger gentleman. I said, "It's not into bigger gentlemen, but I'm just not into the things that he likes to do." And I said, "I don't know." He's like, "Well, can I come over and hang out with you?" I said, "Yeah, sure. Let's come over and hang out." He came over, he hung out, and there were some things that we had discussed, and and he was just like, "You know what? I feel comfortable doing this like this and not like this." And I'm like, "Well, girl, I don't. Okay, cool." And so because of that, I wanted to talk about some things like times when you should use condoms, times when you don't have to use condoms, being a male and male situation or being a female and female situation. Oop, there it is. Let's talk about some blah 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 blah. Some risk factors. So it's a little race. This one is a little racier than usual, but it's health education. So it's not it's health education. So it's sexual education. Sex ed, I should say. This is what I do for a living every day anyway. So blah blah blah. Okay, so here are some times when you should use condoms when you're having male to male sex, so that's gay sex. For the children, MSM sex with MSM, men who have sex with men. So this is for them, more of them. So if you feel like you straight, I'm straight. I don't need to hear that. You can turn off the TV or find you something else to do for 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. So here we go. But this don't just apply to men who have sex with men. This also applies to anybody who's having sexual relationships with anybody. Wait a minute, because okay, that's that because I don't know why you're messing with me and you see me on show. Okay, anyway, here we go. So one, okay, so you're in a mutual exclusive relationship. Both of you are having sex with each other. That means nobody else. It's clear and honest and agreement that you all are exclusive. That means you only have sex with each other. You're not going outside down the street and around the corner with Willie Mae or with Ursula or with him or with them, they, whoever. It's just you and them. It's just you and the person that you with. Okay, when y'all discuss no outside partners. Okay, two would be you both have been recently STI tested because they don't use STDs no more. They use STI, which is sexually transmitted infection, not disease, because they thought it was graphic. So things have changed. When you have full meaning you have a full panel of testing that's including HIV. The results are negative, or you both understand how to manage any positive. So that means if your partner's positive and you're negative, we know that now when we have sex, we have to protect ourselves. So wearing condoms if we're having anal sex. How did I want to say that? Swapping baddies. Oral sex is a low risk. Is a low risk. Is a low risk. So that means you really don't need a condom, but there are exceptions to that. Like if they might have a sore in their mouth, or like if they got a cut on their lip or a cut around their mouth or something, because we know herpes and things is running rampant too. Different other diseases. I wish they would stop that down there. It's the wind though. You're using additional HIV preventatives, pre-exposure prophylactics, that's the little happy pill that people take to keep them away from HIV, but that does not mean you won't catch an STD. So you still use condom even if you're using PrEP. I think I've done this before. I have. If one partner is positive and on treatment, which is U equals U, which is undetectable, it's untransmittable. If a partner has HIV and the other partner does not have HIV, it's a very low chance that they can give them HIV. So you still might want to use a condom. That depends on your discretion between you and your partner, and if y'all have had that conversation or not. Okay, still important to be protected. Oh, you're right. All right. Here we go. Okay. So then you move into 4. So which is you've had a clear, honest conversation about sexual history, about boundaries and experiences, about what has happened to either person, has any partner, no assumptions. Everything is understood. So don't just assume that things are understood. These are the tough conversations you want to have when we laying down in the bed together. Oh, Pookie, Pooh, I love you so much. Oh, look at your hair. Look at your eyeballs and the way they glitter across the room. Let's get into it. What you got going on sexually is what I want to know before we, decide we want to do other things. Oh yeah. Okay, 5. Okay, you understood the accept the risk, and accept the remaining risk. So if there should be the case where your partner may have had in the past a STI, or might have the other HIV. As with those, let's talk about it. HIV. You and your partner sat down and say, listen, we can deal with this like this, or we can go through this like this, or this is what we have to do to protect ourselves. That's definitely something you want to do. 6, when it is not a good idea to use condoms. All right, here we go. Okay, so if you're not exclusive, if you both haven't been tested recently, if you're uncertain or lack of knowledge of honesty, so if you don't believe, if you think they still out here having sex with the whole wide world, you definitely want to use a condom. If you feel like they're not telling you the truth and you feel like they're not reliable, that's definitely when you want to. Okay, so here are some low risk activities when you do not need to use a condom. Okay, so when you ladies, I want to talk about lady love too. If y'all using toys in the bedroom, you want to make sure that your toys are sterile. That even men too who might use toys with their partners. You want to make sure that your toys are sterile. You want to make sure that you clean them properly. You want to make sure that when you're using them with each other, if you're using it on somebody else, and somebody else may come over or whatever, are not monogamous, and you use them, you want to put condoms on them to make sure that they're okay. You want to clean them, like I say, on the regular, usually, once you get done or before you get started, you want to make sure everything's sterile and nice and together. So here are some activities that you don't have to use condoms for because everybody thinks that everything just needs a condom, but it does not. So, one would be mutual masturbation, or where sex is not, where there's no penetration there, and there's no exchange of fluids. It's very low risk unless you're exchanging the fluids, or unless I'm getting your eye or in a crevice. Body rubbing, which is frontal, which is dry humping, which is grinding. That's a no risk. Unless it's an open cut or sore. So like if you have a sore on your hand and you playing with it or whatever you doing to it, and then that's a sore right there, you might have something, a STI or something like that, then that's when you definitely want to use things like gloves or like condoms to do stuff like that. Oral sex is a very low risk, but not zero. So here are the things you need to know. So HIV is a very low risk with that. STIs like gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, and HPV can still spread depending on, what they got going on. Okay, condoms are optional here depending on comfort and risk. So that means that however comfortable you are with your partner or how you feel. Some people like plastic. Some people don't like plastic. I hate plastic. I hate feeling it, touching it. I can't do that. That with no plastic. It's very hard for me to do. Okay. Use your own toy. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. Okay, use your own, not shared toys. Okay, so low risk would be even when you use toys, if they're shared, using condoms or properly cleaning them is important. So you definitely want to clean them because they're other people's orifices if you exchange them. But I personally, because I have many, and I don't let anybody use mine. All of mine are safely put in a drawer by themselves, and don't you touch that drawer because that's mommy's and it belongs to her by herself. Okay. The activities that do not require requires condoms that are high risk are anal sex, topping and bottoming, very risky, especially for HIV, sharing sex toys without protection or cleaning, any situation with multiple or unknown partners. So when you meet people off Grindr, Jack, Christian Mingles, A for A, wherever you going, whatever you doing, wherever you meet your partners at, and it's your first time, you definitely want to use a condom at first. We go on later on, we may discuss reasons why we don't need to use condoms. We may have that sexual conversation. We can say we're safe enough. We've gone to the doctor together, got a panel of this, that, and that, and now we can say that we can, do it without. Okay, so the bottom line, things that you don't have to use a condom for would be, like I said, mutual masturbation, kissing, body rubbing, frontal, which is dry humping, sexual, oral sex with some STD risk awareness, so know that you could possibly catch a STD from STI, from oral sex. Okay, solo or non-shared toy use. That means if you're using your toy by yourself, you're fine. If you're using it with somebody else, that means you may not be that fine. Okay. So those are the things I want to talk about for the week. And anybody who joined in and watched this madness, because this is my madness to enjoy my weekend with. Anybody who tuned in to watch this, I appreciate you so much. And thank you for taking this ride with me once again. This week I was supposed to go on break, but because of me not going to Detroit, I decided not to take my break this week. I decided to use this week to be episode 5. So next week, that means I'll be taking a break. And then from there, I'll be running out the rest of the show with 5 more episodes to help you and, talk and gag and lollygag and talk about what's been going on in my life and what may be going on in yours. ... And with that, I guess that's the end of this show. And as I say at the end of every show and every week, make good decisions, good choices. Stay the beautiful, wonderful person that you are. And peace to you. Mwah. All right, love you, baby. See y'all next time.